Okay, so now we're going to make our strawberry sorbet. Okay, so you can use fresh strawberries. If we've got some that have gone a little bit overripe, we'd use those. For this, we're going to use our frozen strawberry puree. Okay, so there's lots of different brands out there. We'll pop this in. So we've got our strawberry. This is all as per your recipes, guys. So some water, the water goes in, sugar, and then we have our liquid glucose there goes in, cornstarch rather, and that will give the sorbet a little, so it's malleable, okay, so it's nice and soft. We'll put some lemon zest, some beautiful lemon zest. And we're going to bring this up to the boil and then let it simmer for about 5 minutes. So we've got a beautiful lemon zest. And we're then going to let this come up to the boil and we'll simmer for 5 minutes. Okay, so now we've got some beautiful strawberries, all right? So the idea, if they're really super ripe, the idea is that you can take this and literally pull to hold the strawberries, H-U-L-L, hold. But there's a centre will come literally up. But it's not ripened quite enough. So what we'll have to do is just literally take it as close as we can to the top there, just to take that top off. Okay, so just across the top. We'll give these a little wash. Then we're going to halve them and we're going to steep them with a little bit of water, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of lemon juice again, with some fresh basil. So basil and strawberries works really well as a combination. So that's what we're going to do with these. So we'll give these a quick wash and then halve them for later. So we're going to I'm going to pass this. All right, so our strawberry has been simmering now for about 5-6 minutes. We're now going to pass this. We're just going to finish that off. For those last final little pieces, we just pump that through with our ladle. Okay, so now we're going to use our sorbet machine, sorbetier ice cream machine. All this is that our paddles in here, which will literally go straight from the sides. There's a freezer around here, around this collar around here, and as it sets on the side, it's just taken off. Okay, this will take around about 45 minutes in this machine. Next time we'll use something called a Paco jet. We can, you know, this is where the mass goes in liquid, and then it firms up. The other one, we have to freeze the mass and then shave it with the Paco jet. So slightly different techniques, but the results really good. Okay, so 45 minutes, and then it will start to churn. Okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to literally halve our strawberries. We'll pop them into here, and then we're going to add, we've got some beautiful basil, a little bit of sugar, and some lemon juice. And we're going to macerate these over a bain-marie. We'll cover them, and they will just take on all that beautiful flavour of the basil and the citrus, okay? And obviously taste your strawberries to see, you know, how sweet they are in the first instance. So a little bit of sugar, not too much of these. A bit of sugar across the top of those. We can add juice of half a lemon. And then we add a little, about a sort of 50 mils of water. And then I'm going to chiffonade some of our basil. The way to do this is take the largest leaf, take your basil, literally roll this up, and then cut it. And this will give us a beautiful fine strip referred to as a chiffonade. Okay, so you can see really, really super fine. Really, really fine. Alright, so nice and delicate for our dessert. And then that, with those lovely strawberries. We'll cling film, and then we're going to place it onto our bain-marie. Okay, so next what we're going to do is prep our puff pastry for our Mille Feuille. So we've got a sheet of commercial puff pastry, okay? All we're going to do with this is literally dot the pastry with our fork just randomly all over. We put another sheet on top, another tray on top, and we're going to put that into our oven at about 170 fan assisted for 25 minutes. Okay? That's it. So we're sort of halfway through the churning of our sorbet, and you can see it's just starting to get a little bit of viscous in there, where it's starting to chill nicely. And there's a lovely aroma coming up. You can get that strawberry really, really lovely. You can see now it's just starting to really chill down nicely. Okay, so now we're going to bake our puff pastry for our Mille Feuille. So in that goes. And this will be in for 25 minutes at 170. Okay, so our sorbet is looking really good. Okay, so it's nicely formed up. You can see there, nice. And all we're going to do now is contain this. So take this. Make sure you get it all out. To 18 will be fine for our sorbet. So that's going to be contained, and we'll use that later. our pastry is now ready. Take this out. We have a lovely golden brown piece of puff pastry. Alright, I'm going to leave that in. Finish that last bit. Last 3 minutes in the oven, and then that's it. Okay, so we'll have a little look at these strawberries now. The smell is incredible, okay? So these are ready. So now I'm going to chill these. All right, so again, the process here, we have some beautiful ice cold water, and the flavour of those will be so intense. So now we're going to chill those down. So we're finishing off now. So now we're going to make our pastry cream, our creme patisserie. All we do, again, take a knife straight away through the middle. You scrape all of those seeds out. And these we can use, we can pop these into our sugar for a nice vanilla sugar. We can dry them, cut them and dry them for garnishes. So these will all be used, okay? So now, yeah, let me just. Okay, so now we pop our vanilla in. We can give this a little bit of a whisk, and we're going to bring this just up to the boil. Okay, so we turn this up. We have our sugar, and we're now going to separate our eggs. We'll keep the whites. So you separate the eggs into the sugar. We're going to dissolve that sugar in the egg yolk. We add our little bit of cornstarch. And a little bit of flour. Important that you do sift your flours and your corn flour. So that goes in. And we make sure that we mix that really well. And then we add the vanilla milk back on to the egg mixture. Make sure you give that a real good whisk, and you return it back into your pan. We are now then going to reheat this, bring this back up to the boil. Okay, so our puff pastry is all finished. So what we'll do now, we'll just let this cool, and then we'll come back to that later. So it's just starting to thicken up now. Got that lovely vanilla in there. We'll give it a real good whisk. Okay, so pastry cream is now ready. We make sure we get it all out, and that goes directly into your bowl. And then we pop on a little bit of icing sugar, or you can in fact use a little bit of butter on top there. So we put that over the top to prevent some skinning, and that's it. That's ready for use later on. Now we're going to make our caramel sauce. Very, very simple. Okay, we start with some heavy cream, some double cream, or as per your recipes. Literally, your icing sugar. You can use a soft brown or a muscovado. The sugar goes in, and then the butter, and we're literally going to let that reduce down. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Oil. Oh, I should have done this slightly different. So we're going to get this on so that we can get this chilled down as well. So icing sugar goes in. Okay, relatively, this will start to cook relatively quickly. All right, so already it's starting to cook now. So our caramel's just starting to cook up now, and then you then start adding the cream. So obviously once the cream goes in, that will then dissolve all of the sugars again. And then we'll just add the butter, and as it chills, the butter will help thicken the sauce up. Okay. We can pop the butter in. All right. Done. So that's a caramel sauce. You could, if you wanted to, put a little bit of salt in it for a salted caramel sauce as well. All right. So there's our sauce all ready. Okay, moving on. I'm going to cut some strawberries, ready to dehydrate. So really thin, on about a 4 I've got these set. Okay, just let the strawberry go through. Real thin. No. For dehydrating, onto our machine, number 4 on our particular slicer, and we just take these slices gently off. Okay, real nice and thin. Take your time, and you'll get these lovely sliced strawberries. Okay. Onto your trays, and then we'll pop them overnight just to dry those out. Okay. So here are some that we prepared earlier. So these are really dried out, really super thin now, really beautiful flavour on those, ready for later. There we go. And then you can pop on some of your caramel. And then we're going to pop on some of these beautiful strawberries with the basil, and they're really beautiful and tender now. And you're just layering these up, and they'll have a lovely flavour when you bite into those. Then we do our next layer, bed that down, and the next one, and then we go one more time. Final layer. Super tender. And then what we're